So on Friday, Donald Trump had announced a new round of tariffs for the European Union. He announced 50% tariffs, claiming they were hard to deal with and he wasn't getting the type of deal he had wanted fast enough, etc. So he says he's going to put 50% on the European Union and it was going to go into effect June 1st. Well, after a phone call with the European Union Commissioner, um, he agreed to back them back off until July 9th, which was the date he initially announced back in April when he backed off of the world tariffs that he had put on. And he said, we'll give you 90 days. That put us back to July. So Donald Trump throws this idea of tariffs out there, says, we're going to put 50% on you. And then immediately, within 2 days, backs it back off and says, no, you know what, we're going to go back to that original deadline I said. He's playing games with these tariffs. The stock market dipped lower because he announced them again. Every time he announces a new round of tariffs, the stock market goes lower, and it rebounds some when he calls them off. But the stock market is still not back to where it was when he took office. These tariffs are not working. And if they worked the way he thinks they do, why is he trying to intimidate Walmart and other companies who are saying, yeah, costs are going to go up because of the tariffs, to just eat the costs? And well, you made enough money last year, so you should be able to afford the tariffs. Donald Trump is trying to have it both ways, and then every time push comes to shove, he's backing them back off. He's trying to bully, and it's not working. He doesn't know what else to do. He doesn't have a backup plan. He doesn't know any other way to get what he wants out of these countries. And basically, what he wants is for us to be on equal footing in trade, even though some of these countries have a far lower population. So, of course, uh, you know, it's not going to always be even. It doesn't always work the way he thinks it should. You know, if we're buying more from a smaller country, that's because there's more American consumers purchasing those items than there are consumers in that country buying our products. That's just how that works. You would think a businessman, a supposed businessman like Donald Trump, would understand that concept, but he doesn't. I don't know if that's because his brain is just that far gone with all of the signs of dementia we've seen, or if he never grasped that concept when it came to business. But he backed off these tariffs almost immediately, got nothing out of these negotiations that he supposedly had, or this phone call, just agreed to take it back to that original July 9th date. Now we will see what happens when July 9th comes around. I think he's going to back off again, and that's all he can do. Threaten and back off, threaten and back off. It's not working.